welcome to my channel, my ghosts and ghouls, my spooks and specters, to AB Making Artworks Log Day 13. If you're new to the channel, this is a log day series of my Sketchbook Slam Challenge and Inktober. I am doing videos of my progress for every 20 pages, so I don't have to go through a whole 600-page extra long video. And this day was Friday the 13th. If you'd like to stay for some spooky and sketchy content, hit that subscribe button, join the AB Creative crew. And with that being said, let's get on with day 13. So day 13 was a very slow day. I stayed up till 3 in the morning and was very lagged out. Kept getting tired and tried to nap but couldn't nap, so I had a brain dump page. I don't know what this was. It was like a weird temple scene. I don't know, but I liked it in the end. These are some drawings of me in various hairstyles that I've had over a good few years. I think they came out alright. I accidentally smudged the pen, the marker, so I tried using whiteout for it. I don't know, it looks kind of yellow in person. Maybe it looks more white on camera. Some random alien creatures. I was listening to Nostalgia Critic review Dreamcatcher, and that's kind of what inspired this page. This is pretty late in the evening. By this point, I was on Pinterest looking at some of the animal references I had saved, and there was one about the skeletal structure of a deer, and then I started to apply this skeletal structure to other animals, like some goats, a badger. I think these are like sugar glider related species. Some horns. I can't remember who the YouTuber was, but I was watching some YouTuber who was like, oh, if you hate drawing males, watch this video. And so I watched the video, and then I was like, I want to draw some male mannequins. And I call them mannequins because I have like the general shape of a person, but there's like no details like there would be for life and gesture drawings. So I drew some mannequins and some pillows, which that was quite a bit of fun. Lana J prompt was Rose and Bear, and this page spread is like my favorite thing. It's smooth like butter. And I love how the bears came out. They look so good and so cute. And I think it helped when I was doing those skeletal structures. I'd take a green pencil, draw out like the shapes that I saw in the bear. This one's a little cub. And then I go over it with a purple pencil with the fine details, and that was so much fun. These drawings were fun. Then I did some quick rose studies. I know what roses look like. And since it was Bear and Rose for Flowers and Familiar for Lana J prompt, I made a big old bear. And oh, gosh, Lord knows what compelled me to do hatching on this bear. Like, why? Am I crazy? It took me like a good hour to do this. And yeah. So I decided to do a recipe object page. I made Salisbury steaks that night. This is sort of what I use in regards to that. Not 2 eggs, just 1. These are eggs, probably tell. I then followed with New Masters Academy. Just like Croquis Cafe, New Masters Academy has model resources, And unlike Croquis Cafe, New Masters Academy offers clothed model resources. Every Friday they do live streams with models, so they have 2-hour resource videos, and they've been doing that every Friday. And with these ones, they last half an hour because they have 5 1-minute poses, 5 2-minute poses. Yeah, these are some good poses. I like this pose, how he sat. And then they have 2 5-minute poses and then a 10-minute, but I didn't get to the other 5-minute and 10-minute because I got tired and I just wanted to go to bed. And this I did today because it will go in line with today's spooky story. So let's get into the footage of the spooky and one and only time that I ever played the game Bloody Mary, and from this point on I will only refer to her as BM, because there's a lot of mirrors in my house and I'm scared of that chick. I'm scared of her, like, ever since this. So let's get on with the spooky story time. Alright, so this happened at the same apartment as the last story, and I had a friend spending the night. We'll refer to her as J-Girl. And J-Girl, this was the morning after J-Girl had spent the night. We were reading some scary stories. Mostly I was reading scary stories out loud from a collection of scary stories in this book. And we came across this story about how to play the game BM. And the way you had to do it in this version of the story is that you had to say the phrase, "I do believe in BM," over and over again to a dark mirror. Well, dark room in front of a mirror. And a little backstory about my friend J-Girl is that it was kind of a tradition that on her birthday at her grandmother's house, she and some friends would try to play BM. And when they would play in her grandmother's crazy haunted house, nothing would happen, and so they would leave disappointed. And so we just decided, oh, let's try it this way and see if anything happens. Now, knowing my grandmother, she absolutely hates anything to do with mirror casting, Ouija boards, any of that stuff, so she would not have approved. So my friend J-Girl and I, we decided to wait until my grandmother left to do laundry, which we knew that would give us anywhere between like 5 to 30 minutes to do whatever shenanigans we were gonna do. And so we wait for my grandmother to leave to go do laundry, and then we sneak into the bathroom. Now, mind you, J-Girl has had plenty of experience. Like I said, she used to do this just about every year on her birthday in her grandmother's house, or at least what I presume to be like every year. And I had never had any experience doing this, because I was just, no sirree, Bob, that's not my kind of cup of tea. Because, I mean, I'd seen shadow people often in my childhood, and there were plenty of shadow people that would just kind of wander the house in this apartment. Plenty of kids, plenty of adults, and a lot of stuff. So we go into the bathroom, we turn off the light, we close the door, and we stare at our reflections. And we sit there staring for a little bit, and then we're like, okay, we're gonna do this. And so we commence the game, the mirror summoning, and we started on it, looking at our reflections, and we're like, okay, I do believe in BM. I do believe in, and we keep repeating that. And as we're doing it, as we're playing this game, it was like third or fourth time, maybe it was like the fifth, like fourth to fifth time that we say the phrase, it's like this eerie glow comes from the mirror, and I can see my reflection, which I couldn't see before, and it's like, okay, this is kind of cool, I'm thinking in my head, and so we keep going. And like we keep saying it, and then it's like the next 2 times that we say it went from going cool to being so terrifying in less than a minute. So between me saying the phrase 2 more times, I can see myself clearly, and then my reflection starts to decay, like rapidly decay, and I am so scared by what I am seeing. I freak out so bad that I just run out of the bathroom. I was the closest to the door. I open the door, I swing it open, and I get out. Because I am freaked out by what I'm seeing and what I've just seen. And, whoa, it was, goodness. My heart was racing. I was freaking out, and I looked to my friend J Girl, and Lord love her. Her responses of jubilee, and she is so excited. She is like, oh my gosh, that was so cool. I'm gonna see if I can try to do it again. And I just look at her like she's the craziest thing on earth. Like, she just sprouted a duck head for a face. And, she was a crazy kiddo back in the old days. And she tries again by herself without me there. Because I'm like, I'm not doing it again. No, you can't pay me in gold to play that. You can't get me to do that game again. And so she tries, and she just can't seem to get it to work anymore. And that just kind of seemed to be the end of it. Her mom came by to pick her up about an hour or so later, and I have personally never played that game again, because it was just such a weird and scary experience that I just, like, I couldn't explain what had happened. And I mean, I know there's some science saying that, like, your mind can play tricks on you, but it's like I'd never heard that happening when playing the game before, and it was so unnerving that I kind of use this story as kind of a warning that don't go playing with things you don't understand, because it's scary. Well, keep it spooky, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.